starts to shine, and I see it burn when you bring me sunlight. Is it all you need to feel this heat? To feel like everything's all that you dreamed? Is it all too much? Did you get enough? Does it set on fire all the things that you touch? And it fills me up, and it starts to shine, and I see it burn when you bring me sunlight. And it starts to shine, and I see it burn when you bring me sunlight. And it's all you need to feel this heat, to feel like everything's all that you dreamed. And is it all too much? Did you get enough? Does it set on fire all the things that you touch? And it fills me up, and it starts to shine, and I see it burn when you bring me sunlight.
No, Okie dokie. I am here. I am here. Hello, everyone. Alrighty. Move on. Second. Euphoric Acoustic. Thank you for the 24 months. Wow. A treasure train. Oh, nope. Okay, hold on, please. Hold, please. Okay. All right. Anon, thank you so much for the 5 gifteds. I'm wondering why I'm following you. I think it was because you're on a podcast I listened to as a guest. Was it a bit fruity, perhaps? Perhaps. Okay, let me guess. You already want out, don't you? Like I'm trapped. I'm trapped in here. This diva. Skill Cylinder, thank you so much for the 5 gifteds. Thank you. Who else we got here? Euphoric, thank you for the 24 months. Vate, thank you for the 9 months. Liquid Trains, thank you for the 11 months. Faye3, thank you for the 11 months. Awesome Ryan, thank you for the 15. Tara, thank you for the 28. Sheriff Hood, thank you for the Prime. Emerson, thank you for the 21 months. Josh, thank you for the 8. Sunbun, thank you for the 42. Kristen, thank you for the 18 months. All right, I apologize. I apologize that there is no cooking stream today. I had some personal stuff that unexpectedly happened. It's okay, you already cooked on Twitter. Yeah, I didn't even mean to cook ContraPoints as hard as I did, but I think that is indicative of how much people are over her. So I did all my cooking. I did all my cooking on Twitter. Cutie McBooty, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Alexandra, thank you for the 10 months. I hope everything is okay. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, just some sad stuff. Some sad stuff. Yeah. Nothing to do with me. So don't be worried about that. Obviously I'm not going to like share the specifics, but just helping a friend through just a friend who sadly has a partner who is in the throes of addiction, which is really tough. And before you try and guess like streamers, remember I have a whole life outside of streaming. I have a whole life outside of streaming. I have a lot of people in my life who are not in streaming, so please don't try and guess a streamer. It's not anything to do with streaming, but it's a tough situation. It's tough, and I think it's something that a lot of people have experience with. Maybe not themselves being a person who has struggled with addiction, but people in their life, because unfortunately addiction is a disease that affects a lot of people. It's very common, and it's something that I think it's hard to recognize for a while. It does not discriminate, no. And it's hard to recognize it when it's happening to someone that you love, because you don't think that You always think like addiction is something that happens to other people, you know, that you're not, you're like, that's not going to happen in my life. Not with someone I'm super close to, but people don't understand until you're actually in that situation of drugs completely changing the person you love. Right. And it usually starts with behavioral changes that are indicative of something being very wrong when people start acting in a completely different manner than you know them to. To my knowledge, you just turn on the camera and appear on my screen every night, and then when you disappear, you just sit in the dark waiting to turn on the camera again. Yeah, it's true. I basically just sit there waiting to go live again. It's like trying to save a drowning person. They have to drown everyone trying to help them too. And the thing about addiction is that it hurts everybody. It's not just the person who is consumed by addiction. It is everyone around them. And man, oh man, people who are in the throes of addiction will do anything to stay on that course. Anyway, the Jackal, thank you for the prime. Thank you. So, not trying to be too not trying to start off our Sunday stream and have things be super depressing, but yeah. Anyway. The vibes are up. Yes, we will be getting the vibes up. I promise. It's hard to watch your loved one go through it as well. I felt helpless many times. Yeah, I think that's such a... I think that's a commonly felt a struggle that is common with those who have loved ones dealing with addiction, is that you do feel helpless and you do feel crazy too, because often they'll turn things around and gaslight you and make you feel like you're the problem, because you are the problem, because you're getting in the way of the addiction. The addiction's not the issue. They don't see it as that. They're like, no. You are the one getting in my way. Christian, my love. Hi, darling. I'm 17 days sober from alcohol. Was drinking every night as something I just normalized. Had a very scary health emergency that made me realize how much that shit isn't worth it. Congratulations. Sobriety is not easy, but it is a journey. And I hope that, I hope it's one that you can stick with and also give the necessary grace to yourself as you struggle, because it is a lifelong thing. I think that's the thing that people don't tell you. And so I'm happy that you have been able to accomplish that, and I hope you're able to keep it up. Proud of ya. One day at a time. Yep. Quick react. Oh, is this from the finale of Master Baker? Yes, I will take a look at this. Hope your friend and their partner are okay. Yeah, I hope everything will be okay too. I think I think the one thing that I've realized here is how important sorry, I cannot talk today. I think I'm talked out. I've gotten to stream. I'm like, I don't know if I can form words anymore. I've been talking a lot, but I think it's really reminded me of the importance in having a support system. We all need support systems because life is difficult, and because when things get difficult, we need people that we can rely on. Yeah, we live in a society. We need people that we can rely on, that can support us. And I hope for all of you that you have a support system. This community can be that for you. So it's not all dark and bleak out there. We are such social creatures by nature. We cannot survive without one another. It's so true. Yeah. I was thinking about that last night. It was like the way that the whole point of humanity is connecting. You know, it's like all of us as individual human beings inhabiting the same space as one another. And just naturally are social creatures and rely on one another. We need each other. My family was there for me. I'm forever grateful for that. Never push out your friends and family chat. You don't have to do this alone. And I think sometimes what happens is when you get really deep in addiction, you may reach a point where you have pushed everyone away because they've tried everything, and then they come to the sad but necessary conclusion that they have to cut you out, that perhaps the only way you will get better is through that. It's not an easy decision to make, but sometimes it is necessary. But what I would say is a reminder that it's because of love. It's because it's people who love you. And if you can manage to recognize that and to get on a path to recovery, there are people who will still be there, but you have to show them that you understand, and you have to show them that you are trying to get better. And so now you are needing their support in that. Actually caring and listening to my wife finally brought me to the ride of sobriety. I'm forever grateful for the love I felt and knew I didn't want to lose. Oh, and the kids too. Yeah, sometimes you just get to rock bottom. I have another friend that happened with last year, and it was the same thing. It was like got to a point where there was nothing that we could do anymore. And after he essentially lost everything, that's when he was able to see that his addiction that he had succumbed to it, and it had resulted in that. So, and now he's doing better. You know, there is hope. There is a light at the end, that if you just keep going down the path, you will find it. Also, if you don't have a support system, reach out to people in the communities you participate in. There are a lot more good people than we think. Yes, that is the beauty of community, is there are people in community with you who have been there, who have the tools to help you. So reach out, in the various communities that you are in. I was really close to doing that. I had to be ready. It'll be 15 years in May, and you definitely can't alone, but only the person can decide when it's over. Yeah, true that. And I'm happy for you. Happy for you. See, we got people sharing their stories. I think the thing is that there's a lot of shame around addiction, and it's why people struggle to acknowledge that they have a problem, because of how much shame there is. And I think the first step is in trying to free yourself of that and know that you do have a responsibility here. you do have agency and you need to act on that and you need to be responsible. But at the same time, like it is a disease, and it is one that affects a lot of people. And there are companies and very, very wealthy individuals who have made a lot of money off of making many people addicted to substances, and all the marketing that they spend a lot of money on. They do that because it makes them very rich. So on the one hand, it's not your fault, but you do need to take responsibility, and you have to make the choices for yourself, because no one else can do that for you. But I think just remembering that it happens to a lot of people, and it is an incredibly insidious disease, and that it can happen to anyone. You know, you get in an accident, you have back pain, you're prescribed met pills to help with the pain, and next thing you know, you are addicted. So that happens all the time. People who turn to substances because of the stresses of life, of which there are so many, and it's the one thing that makes them feel, it's the one thing that'll make them feel numb, the thing that they then think that they need in order to survive. Do you think Requiem for a Dream movie night confirmed? I would give you guys ample warning before I ever did that film for film class. I'd be like, so I'm going to warn y'all like a month out. I'm going to give you ample warning. I got addicted to alcohol about 10 years ago after a close family member committed suicide. It's a daily struggle. Yeah, there's a lot of reasons why people end up addicted to something. And often those reasons are why we need to have empathy for people who struggle. But empathy does not mean justification, and does not mean an excuse for not trying to take a hold of your life. They gave you oxycodone for minimal pain. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people will just straight turn it down because they're so scared of getting addicted. They jump from muscle relaxers to oxy. Yeah. Empathy, but not codependence. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Anywho, just wanted to send love and strength to anybody out there who is struggling, anyone who has a loved one who's struggling with addiction. It is no easy battle, and it is something that can then consume your life. So you also have to take care of yourselves, you know? That's kind of been some of the advice that I've been trying to offer to my friend, where I'm like, at a certain point, you know, you have to care for yourself too, because addiction will consume your life, even if you're not the one who's addicted. But it will take over your entire life when the person that you're closest to is in the throes of it. So lots of love, lots of strength, lots of support, all of that. Sending it out to y'all. Okay, well, I am. I will tell you what we're going to do for film class, because the only other thing that I wanted to really look at is the Strokes at Coachella last night, which I was sitting on my couch having a glass of wine and dumbstruck at what the Strokes did. What the Strokes did at Coachella. I watched it 4 times in a row because I was so shocked, honestly. I'm like, damn, they're straight up calling out CIA terrorism. This isn't just like a fuck Trump or fuck what's happening in this world. It was like, here's the history. Here's a brief history of CIA terrorism. All of the destabilization and destruction that the United States government has been responsible for around the world. Yeah, man. And I did notice that a lot of the clips have been copyright struck, which may be because it's Coachella, but also maybe because the Strokes fully called out CIA terrorism. They did the same thing with Saint Laurent, who I think it was last year. Saint Laurent, who's a Palestinian, he's a Palestinian artist, and his set at Coachella was fully dedicated to Palestine. Coachella does love to do this in general. They do love to just disable clips out there. They are pretty serious about it. So it might just be that, or it could be it could be because of this. Here's one. Okay. I didn't forget about looking at the clip from Master Baker. I'll look at that afterwards. Also, I need y'all to know, the Strokes were playing main stage and they were the act before Justin Bieber. So there was like an hour, I think, in between the Strokes and Justin Bieber. So a lot of Beliebers, a lot of Bieber fans were at the stage, not because they are fans of the Strokes, but because they got there early to ensure getting good spots for Bieber. So I couldn't stop laughing about it, thinking of the hordes of Beliebers who are just waiting for this to be over and for Justin to come on. And then they're learning about the CIA overthrow of Mossadegh in 1953. Okay, hold on. Let me turn this up. Am I crazy? Is that not? Sorry, I have this cranked and it's still pretty quiet. Like, yo, before they got to this end part here, you know, artists will usually close out, say some words, you know, like, thank you so much, blah, blah, blah. And they started talking about Bieber CHELLA. They're like, that's kind of a strange name. That doesn't really seem to flow, but whatever. And then they started to, or Julian started to say something, and then he just goes, I think he says whatever. And then they just go into this. And this is the song Oblivious. And it hasn't been performed by the Strokes in concert since 2016. And the line that's repeated in the song, in the chorus, is, what side are you standing on? He does that a lot. I don't really know the Strokes that well. Like, I know their music somewhat, but I'm not, haven't been a diehard fan or know much about them. So that's why, I watched this over and over again, because it kind of seemed to just come out of nowhere. They're doing the show. He's starting to he's starting to talk. He makes some jokes about CHELLA, and then he's like, all right, whatever. And then they go into this, and then they just end it. They just end it and walk off stage. Strokes existed before you could see every deal of your favorite band on Instagram. Yeah, they've been around for a long time because Julian started the band when he was a teenager. A clip in the Discord of the performance. It's much louder. All right, let me see. Thank you. Farks. Why does it do this? Let me go to, sorry, I just want you guys to be able to hear this. Where is, why does it do that thing where it tries to open up? Like it won't just open it up in my Discord app. It's still up on the main stage live stream if you rewind it 10 hours. Okay, hold on. Let me go. The Strokes. Coachella. Set. Nope. That's from weekend 1. Coachella set. Weekend 2. Didn't Julian also say tempted to come out tonight with a laptop and show you guys some of those around Lego videos? Yeah. Yep. Okay, wait. Why don't I see the Coachella live? Coachella live set.
When you come around,
happening. It's Sunday. Oh. Yes. It is. Okay. Okay. I don't know why I thought it was over. Here we go. If I go backwards. Okay.
I guess they're hard to combine, but I tried. All right, guys. Well, it's been a heck of a ride.
There we go. Matthew, thank you for the 6 months. Bricky, thank you for the 2 months.
Not gonna lie, I'm not sure how I feel about the
Sunrise,
name
thank you for the 4
CHELLA.
months.
I don't know if that's the catchiest. I guess they're hard to combine, but I tried. Like Coach Eber? Nope. No, I'm down. I'm gonna watch. Excited, yeah.
What is he even saying? I don't know.
All right, we got one song left. And then back to my cave. Whatever.
Yeah, see, he just goes, whatever. And then goes into it.
It's not my midnight yet. I'm the gold box versus that cheap Wall Street. But take me, 'cause this is my best advice. We've
Do you understand why I was laughing so hard last night watching this, thinking of all the believers in the crowd who are waiting for Justin to come on afterwards, and now they're learning about the CIA operation in Iran to overthrow a democratically elected Mossadegh. He's like, what side are you standing on? People in the audience are like, well, I guess I'm on the left side of the... I'm on the left! I'm on the left! Everyone on the right side of the stage rushes over to be on the left. Julian's left or my left? What, like stage left? Take off on the runway, thinking of a Sunday, playing with his new toy, looking at the sidewalk. One side, you stand up, one side, you stand up. People being like, wait, are we racist? Is America a racist country? The believers are starting to believe. Sorry, your father's Epstein crew. At least he's dead. Butterstains, thank you for the 12 months. Anto, thank you for the 12 months. Are there lyrics? You just need to know the line, what side are you standing on? Like, they're going in. And then that's it. The end. believers are like, when's Justin coming on? But other ones who are like, damn, I have now been made aware of the decades of the CIA overthrowing governments in South America, assassinating leaders, assassinating civil rights leaders in the United States, and that this continues all the way up to today, connecting their actions to assassinations in Iran, the current bombing campaigns all across the Middle East. It goes all the way to the top. And then Justin comes on stage and they forget all about that. They're like having this huge moment, this reckoning. And then Justin comes on and plays, I don't know, the double rainbow again. They're like, yeah! Justin performed one time with his... And that's personally more important to me, but I'm glad y'all like that. You know what? I know you would have been one of these believers at that stage. Be like, but where's Justin? That's cool and all, but bring Justin out. The other thing that I want to mention is, if you recall, last year, Kneecap caused a real controversy when they spoke out against Israel's war crimes in the Middle East. Now, they had a lot more profanity that was used. Oh, gasp! And it so greatly upset Sharon Osbourne that she was calling on them to lose their passports and to be criminally prosecuted. Sharon Osbourne, who is planning to attend the far-right anti-immigration, anti-Muslim march in the UK that is organized by Tommy Robinson. But yeah, remember that happened last year? Kneecap at Coachella. They will never be going back. So considering that happened last year, and this year, I don't know, the video team did not cut away at all. They played the whole montage and they showed it on screen. So I guess Kneecap should have brought a whole ass slideshow. Yeah, maybe if Kneecap had a whole slideshow, all these visuals. But yeah, that's pretty wild to happen on a main stage, I gotta say. Calling out U.S. crimes is safer than calling out Israeli crimes. I mean, it is one and the same. But I see what you're saying, but there isn't it's the same crimes, you know? It's all tied together, yeah. Forgetting it was calling out Israel, not the U.S. Yeah, but I guess even the reference to the last university in Gaza, because they are the United States crimes. And that's something that I think is actually bothering me. And I think people are, not everyone obviously, but some people have lost sight of the fact that the United States is the number one big bad. The United States is the most powerful terrorist organization. Now, has Benjamin Netanyahu been running circles around Donald Trump because Donald Trump's such a fucking idiot? And did you do the same thing to Joe Biden, who was like, Zionism, Jack. Yes, Zionism, Jack. I love it. Yes, but that does not change the role that the U.S. has played for a long time. Israel does not have the power it has without the U.S. We politically, financially, militarily, socially support them. And I think something I've noticed is MAGA former allies of Trump, like Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens, they have been fomenting this narrative that makes it seem as if Trump is being blackmailed, that he's being taken advantage of, that he's being tricked, that he's being manipulated, all those things, that is essentially taking the responsibility off him and off the United States government and saying that, oh, Israel is forcing all this. Like Israel has forced, has tricked Donald Trump, has manipulated Trump and the U.S. into invading Iran, into supporting it and all of its criminal activity. It's like, well, now hold on a second. Well, now let's not act as if the United States is the small being here who is not serving its own interests. So they're calling him stupid. They're calling him a victim of manipulation and potential blackmail. Like that's the train of thought that they're on right now. They're wanting people to connect these dots leading to, like, I don't know, Miriam Adelson and the state of Israel blackmailing Donald Trump. And so the way that then some people are taking this, the conclusions they're drawing is that Israel is the one that's in control. And it's like, man, come on. We're talking about the United States government. We're talking about the richest, most powerful country in the world, most powerful military, 800 fucking bases around this globe. No military comes close in developed nations, in the top 10 nations. No military comes close to the U.S. military. And I think the thing is that as far as the blackmail goes, do I think that Donald Trump has in the past or potentially now been blackmailed? I would never rule that out. He's got so many crimes that he has committed, so much corruption that he is entangled with. But Donald Trump that's the thing. He's a very corrupt individual. He's like the epitome of corruption. So what the actual reality is that Donald Trump does what his donors want him to do. Donald Trump, like all politicians in the United States, with the exception of some, are beholden to their donors. Donald Trump is more than happy to take money, to get favors, to get whatever, and then in exchange give his donors and his powerful allies whatever they want. So many uninformed people still think that the U.S. is the most moral nation, or at least far better than the terrorists overseas. I think it's easier. You know what it is? I think for some people, it's easier and more comfortable for them to remove the U.S. from the equation insofar as they're not the ones who are actually steering the ship. They're not the ones who are orchestrating, who are leading the charge. They are being fully controlled by the Israeli government. Like, this is what the right wing has really, the narrative that they've really fermented and are pushing pretty heavily. From Charlie Kirk being assassinated by Israel to Trump's staged assassination being the result of Miriam Adelson blackmailing him. And it's not what's getting confused here is the truth that, yes, Benjamin Netanyahu is whispering in Trump's ear everything that he wants to hear, but also Trump is so easy. This guy is like, how to convince him to do something is you tell him he's the greatest in the world and that no other president has ever done it, and that it's going to be super easy and that he'll get a Nobel Peace Prize. Everybody will love him. He'll be the greatest of all time. He'll be the GOAT of all US presidents. Like that's it. That's what you tell him, and he's like, okay. So people are confusing like Netanyahu's understanding of how to get Trump to do what Netanyahu wants with the United States not having a vested interest for decades in the Middle East. Like the US absolutely has sought to militarily take over in Iran, just not the way that Trump is doing it. So like that's the difference with Democrats who are total war hawks when it comes to the Middle East, and with Donald Trump. It's the way that he goes about it. It's the way that he is so obviously stupid and easily pushed in a direction by the last person who's whispered in his ear, as long as you just inflate his ego and tell him that he'll be the greatest of all time, the goatliest of all goats. Netanyahu's just a symptom. Yeah, and Netanyahu he's one prime minister. He's fucking evil, don't get me wrong, and he has for decades wanted to invade Iran. Like this has been a goal of his for a long time, but Netanyahu is, yeah, he's a symptom, just as Trump is. They're all evil. It's all corrupt, girl. I said that to my mom on the phone. I was like, it's all corrupt, girl. And I didn't tell her I didn't tell her the context, and she just goes, it is. It is. I don't even remember what we were talking about. Corpse Grinder, thank you for the 7 months. Ooh, Spicy, thank you for the 2 months. You know what? And it doesn't even matter what we're talking about because it is all corrupt, girl. If Bibi dies, the violent settlers and IOF will still be violent. If Bibi dies or is removed from power, there will be the next person, right? Like there is still the apartheid state of Israel. There is still Israel that rests on the project of Zionism, which Zionism rests on the oppression of the Palestinian people, on the subjugation of the Palestinian people, on ethnically cleansing and militarily occupying Palestinian lands. So that doesn't change even if you remove Netanyahu from power. The drive to achieve an ethno majority, that is still there. Smotrich and Ben Gavir are waiting long. Yeah, it's like there are, believe it or not, people who are even more deranged, who are even more evil, as fucking evil as Netanyahu is. There are ones who are even more extreme, but anyway, this is not about individuals. This is about an entire fascist settler colonial project. That's always been the problem. It's been the problem since the get-go. In order to set up the state of Israel, they ethnically cleansed the majority of Palestinians from the lands that they had been living on, from their homes, from their villages, to move in and create the state of Israel. So I think a lot of Americans on the left struggle with the idea that A, we are ultimately bad guys even if there are other bad actors, and B, we are fading and dying as an empire. Our job is to minimize the damage we do as we go. Yeah, and I think people forget, as much as we talk about it, I think people forget the United States own origins, the settler colonizers that came over to these lands inhabited by indigenous peoples and did a lot of killing and a lot of cleansing, and we've never stopped colonizing. That's true. And then we stole people from their homelands and took them over here and built out an extremely exploitative capitalist system off the backs of stolen bodies. And here we are today. Yeah, founded on genocide, a genocide that has never stopped. Did you see this at Coachella last night? I'm not going to lie. The only thing I watched from Coachella last night was The Strokes. All right, I'm going to tell you guys something. I have never been a believer. I don't think Justin's bad. Sorry, Josh, you might want to tune out. You might want to tune out. But in the 2000s, I was not a person who was drawn to male performers. I'm muting you. Don't worry. Okay, good. I just never got on board. I was never like into One Direction. I was never into Justin Bieber. I was never into boy bands or boys. I was not into boys. So I just never really got it. I never really got it because I was out here always with the pop girlies and my divas, you know, Whitney, Celine, Mariah. Like I was for the divas and really all the girls. Ed Sheeran ? No. I was not for the divas and Ed Sheeran. I will say. I was Broadway Max. Yes, I was obviously listening to a lot of musical theater. I loved my opera divas as well. Okay, my opera and musical theater divas. I just, you know what? I am somebody who prefers female performers. I love women's voices, and I love the pop divas. It's always been my thing. You weren't a Cheerio. Is that what Ed Sheeran fans are called? No, there's no way. Cheerios? You had to have just made that up. No. Oh, Honey Nut Cheerios. Oh, God. Have you ever seen the musical Urinetown or Carrie? I've listened to soundtracks. I haven't seen them on stage, though. Justin Bieber played in my high school auditorium in Indiana in 2009 or 2010. Around that time, 2008, 2009, Justin Bieber came to my town in Iowa where I went to high school. And I think he had a show or something, I'm assuming. But he was on video going into a Walmart and bought a bunch of watermelons and went in the parking lot and was just smashing them. And I think 16, 17-year-old me was like, see, this is why I'm only for the girls, because I don't understand this. You're from Iowa. I'm from Chicago. I feel I'm from Chicago, but I went to high school in Iowa. And when I went to high school in Iowa, like I was going and seeing, I saw like Demi Lovato and stuff. But Justin came into town, and I don't know why, but he went to the Walmart that was like 15 minutes from my house and bought watermelons and was just breaking them in the parking lot. It's just smashing watermelons. My coworker was in the Walmart, or it was a Target. I thought it was a Walmart. You sure it was a Target? I'll believe you. It was a long time ago. I'm sure I've gotten my things mixed up. But your coworker was there when Justin Bieber was smashing watermelons in, maybe it happened multiple times. Maybe he was just going around to all the giant chain stores and destroying watermelons. Maybe that was the tour. Yeah, he went to Target. He went to Walmart. It was a political protest. Smashing pumpkins, more like smashing watermelons. Topopotamus, thank you for the prime. Another brick in the Waluigi. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, anyway, those were my thoughts on the Strokes, aka the Wokes, at Coachella, which is still ongoing because it's Sunday. And who's the headliner tonight? Headliner Sunday, Coachella. Carol G, another person that my mother claims to have discovered and then claims that Carol G sold out. So crazy. It's crazy how many small indie artists my mother is frequently discovering and then shortly after concluding that they have sold out. You mentioned a baking clip. Yes, I did mention a baking clip.
No.
Wait, what is this what they made today? They made Barbie cakes?
Mind you, somebody said in chat, "Oh, is Christian the inspiration for this cake?" Am I the inspiration for this fucking cake?
I mean,
what the fuck? Here I am.
Oh, this is yesterday.
Just trying to enjoy the master baking stream. And I see just fly by in the fucking chat. Oh.
Just trying to enjoy a little master baking.
This is a Christian inspired cake, right? Like Christian is the inspiration for this, right? Hello? I wasn't even chatting at that point. I just caught a stray. Am I the inspiration for this bukkake fucking?
Was this Austin's? Is this Austin's cake?
Come on, face cake? Yes.
Am I the inspiration? Yeah, I think so. I mean, yeah. Of course, this was Austin's cake.
Enjoy the master baking stream. Fucking cake? What the fuck?
Austin had a long story for every plate he made. Did it involve more dead parents or almost dead parents? Or did he switch it up? If you want to know how what you tasted came to be.
Tomato. Yeah. Salt. Regular.
Bro, what? Why did not one but two people say tomato when it came to the ingredients for baking the recipe? Because Austin Show also said tomato with, I think it was baking soda and baking powder.
It's the same thing. It's the same.
It's literally the same thing. Pick
Salt.
Choose your own adventure, right?
If Super TF is saying it's the same thing, it's literally the same thing, you know it's not. You know it's not the same thing. That is so much salt!
Okay. Also, I don't even know what you guys are looking at. Oh, okay.
Why? You can see me in the background. Look at me. So innocent. So unknowing.
Tomato.
Look.
Okay. Also,
Look, here I am. Here I am, totally unaware. R.I.P. future Caroline. R.I.P. future me.
I don't know what you guys are looking at.
Just the two of us here. The two of us. I think we were talking about why do I say Meg the Stallion? Megan the Trainer. Megan Trainor's canceled tour and had no idea that Ray had just poured a cup of salt.
Oh, okay.
Moments before disaster. Oh, I was so young. I was so young. If you like theatrical music and you listen to an artist named Ren Gill, he's amazing, and I think you would like him. Okay. Ren Gill. Cutie got his ass back.
Did you?
I was trying it.
Okay.
I can't tell the difference. It all tastes good to me.
Well, that's okay.
It's so much
Wait, they
sugar.
did continental
Okay.
breakfast?
Okay.
Oh, wow. Trumo, thank you for the bits. Just wanted to say good job roasting the fuck out of Laura Loomer on Twitter. You know, I don't respond often, but sometimes I can't help it. Laura Loomer goes, if you come for me, you better be ready to throw down because I will fuck you up so hard. Which, first of all, who the fuck talks this way? Who talks this way? And I said, considering how hard you fucked up your own face, I guess you weren't ready to throw down. I'm like, was Laura Loomer's first victim? Did Laura Loomer look in the mirror and was like, are you coming for me? Are you coming for me, bitch? And then fucked herself up so hard, and that's why she looks the way that she looks.
Yeah, it was like bubble gum.
Okay.
Also, I don't like Laura Loomer and the words come for me in the same sentence. I'm sorry. I know that you can technically say come for me. The meaning of that not being what the other come for me is. Like, could you at least have said come at me? Well, I don't know. I don't like it at all. I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
I know, that looks so beautiful.
it looked beautiful.
I'm
so that's
sorry.
something you should take into account. All right?
It looks nice. It looked
It looked like
gorgeous.
part of
It looked most like a
Let
story.
me tell you a story.
Oh no.
Have you ever heard about like a pirate on the sea?
Oh, Cutie's telling a story now.
And then out in the middle of the night, they see the most beautiful mermaid.
Yeah. Really?
And they're this is incredible. It's so cool. And they see it and they bring her onto the boat and they're like, you're so cool. And then she fucking kills them all.
Is that what that was?
So sometimes looks aren't really.
Your skull was a siren.
Yeah, but she was still beautiful, so they'd rank her high in that department.
Taste the orange juice. How's the orange juice?
You didn't try your dough once, did you?
Did he lose? Because if he didn't, he deserved to lose. He deserved to lose just for telling all those goddamn stories. He tied for last was super. You know that he's taking that as, well, I didn't get last because it's tied for last. Who do you think won? I mean, despite the cup of salt on day one and ending up in last place, I'm guessing Ray or Emiru. I would say Ray or Emiru. It was Emmy. Okay. Rage did a surprising comeback. The comeback king.
Oh, I'm not sure this will make the difference that you guys think it will, but feel free.
Okay. In second place. Okay. It's between you two, right?
Yeah.
In second place, although, what is this again? Scone?
Scone.
Although you made a cookie, it was very delicious.
Yeah.
So, and you get second place. And you get.
Wait, I got it! Wait, what's the count? Tell me the count.
So
What's the count?
that means means in third place is Valkyrie with 23 points.
Oh, I lost. I won.
And in first place overall for the entire competition, the winner of Master Baker is Emiru.
Wow. Austin shows like, wait, what about me?
I had no scones at all. Thank you so much.
What is this? Just add a little sugar. Oh man, you cannot put this man in any situation other than drunk brunch. What the fuck is this? This is a hate crime. His scone was raw and gummy. Oh, I'm shocked. I'm shocked it was raw and gummy.
Add a little sugar. Add a little sugar.
Oh, is that it? You just add a little sugar? He mixed a fucking fly in the dough? No. No. How? Oh, wait, that was yesterday? How the fuck? Austin. Austin, no.
Cinnamon flavor.
You're 21, right?
Especially excited.
You're 21, right?
Yeah, I'm being honest. I'm really excited. You really excited for what I gotta make? Yeah, no. Well, I'm gonna tell a great story with my dish. Okay. I'm telling you.
Guys, I'm just checking in.
Hello, hi, nice to meet you.
She's stressed.
I'm stressed.
Are you good?
I'm no, it's not okay. I think I make frosting for my muffins.
Oh.
Yeah, those are supposed to be.
You don't want to do a shot of whiskey.
You know what? Cheers.
This might help.
Yeah, well, I can't be the only one. That's rude.
Yeah. Now you're part of the team.
I'm part of the team.
Great. Yeah?
Good luck. Now you got the courage.
Just like the alcohol and the ice cream, the alcohol just blends out. Yeah. Austin got caught by one of the judges licking his fingers and not washing them. I feel like everything you're not supposed to do in a kitchen, all of the obvious don'ts, Austin did all of them. In fact, the more obvious of a don't, he did. Here's the bug moment. Oh my God.
So there was a bug that got in my cake.
There's a bug that got in your cake?
But you know, I just decided that I'm just gonna mix it in. So typically what you do with, you gotta eyeball the ingredients and you really gotta, I feel like if the bug
Now you're
gets in
trying to
there,
really kill it. You're trying to...
well, you won't even taste it. Really.
You definitely won't, yeah.
And I feel like if you put it in there at 350 degrees, it kills all the bacteria.
Yeah.
So I'm not really worried about diseases.
Yeah.
I can spit in that. I'm not going to.
Sure.
But it would wash it out.
I'll tell you what, I've watched a lot of cooking competition shows in my day, and also I know, like in a restaurant, stuff like this does happen, right? You know, it shouldn't, but it does. Right. But watching cooking competitions, there'll be things that'll be like, oh, I saw you taste that food and put it in your mouth, you're eliminated or something. I was on a Food Network show, and I cut myself.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know who this guy is, but I fucking love his Britney Spears shirt.
On my cutting board. Blood definitely got on that cutting board. They did not make me throw that bread away.
No, of course not. Yeah, because
guys just ate my blood.
It just cooks it out.
Well, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, in theory.
And honestly, because I've got the mixer at such a high RPM, It'll mix it out too.
How long have you been mixing that for?
Well, you really want to get it to make a battery texture, and as you can tell here, folks.
Oh, they're both GMM.
I mean,
lock the bowl in.
I mean, look at that. I mean, come on. Are you kidding
So
me?
actually, you've gotten, against all odds, tremendous amounts of gluten development from a wet batter.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
This?
I've never seen it straight up like that.
I'm telling you.
Can I try it?
Yeah, please. Are you kidding me? Come on, have it.
Are you kidding me?
I'm proud of this.
That is a hell of a texture, the way that it's sort of
That's
like,
crazy.
the way that it heats off like that.
What'd I tell you? What'd I tell you? I'm telling you.
That's something.
I don't want to say. I mean, you're too far gone to have to go back. I don't want to say you've overmixed
Take a
it.
spoon. Okay. Hey, Jeff, I know what I'm capable of. You know.
That is a great way.
I love how Austin treats every situation he's in with the same like showman. Oh, I'll sell this to you. I will sell this to you despite what you see with your own two eyes. Are you
the
kidding
little
me?
spork into that is crazy.
Please.
I think you see the little
Please.
bugs right there. Look at that. I tell you what. I think it's a fruit flyer.
This gun was
He didn't
fucking
survive.
Yeah, I think I got the
raw.
fly,
Hey,
actually.
everybody loves my cake. You know what I mean?
I'm really excited to eat this. This is going
Thank
to
you.
be a unique cake eating
Thank you.
experience.
I'm gonna
I
have
think.
to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get back. I'm gonna have to put it in here and start.
We need queer eye for the queer guy.
putting it in
This
the oven.
very earnestly, you might invent a new texture today.
I think. Look, I think you guys are gonna be shocked. This is an old family.
I
recipe.
already am.
And let me tell you something, judges. It's not only about the cake; it's about the story that's gonna come with it.
Queer eye for the queer guy. Straight eye for the queer guy is
But
this.
I tell you,
Straight eye for the queer guy. Ren in Discord was cataloging Rosanna's reactions during this episode today. It's so funny to me that Cutie got a bunch of professionals to judge this time around. Usually she'll have like one, maybe two, but she brought in multiple actual talented competent bakers and chefs to experience this. This is every reaction. It really runs the spectrum here. Trevor worked with Michelin star chefs and got a taste that from Austin. Oh my God. Wait, she already announced the Streamer Awards? When are they? November 12th. November 12th, which is Thursday after Veterans Day. It's the Thursday after Veterans Day, and it is Austin Show's birthday. So obviously the theme of Streamer Awards is going to be Happy Birthday, Austin Show. Oh, it's right before TwitchCon? Wait, isn't TwitchCon usually in October? Did they switch it? I could have sworn TwitchCon is usually October. So I guess they're doing it November 13th weekend. So, okay. So her thinking is she's like, people are going to be coming in town. What's one extra day? The theme is mesh tops and Frank Sinatra. That's right. The musical performances at this year's Streamer Awards will be all renditions of Frank Sinatra's My Way.
Run! Oh my God, it's a big category, bro.
Jazzy Jasmine, thank you for the 2 months. Blythe, thank you for 14 months.
This is what it's about.
Tommy Michelle for
Thank you guys so much.
It's just Engelbert. Oh my God, imagine that. Imagine the musical talent is Engelbert Humperdinck, and he sings Happy Birthday to Austin.
For joining us today. I hope you
How much do you think it would cost to get Engelbert Humperdinck?
had fun. The reason I put this show on is to bring us all together. There's so much negativity on the internet, but for one night a year, it feels quiet. These are the moments that make this industry beautiful, so please.
It can't be that much.
Right here,
He's like
this is a
100.
vehicle for togetherness.
Aw, G-Ma, G-Ma. He'll do it for the chance to get out of the house. What would happen if I reached out to Engelbert Humperdinck and asked if he would perform at the Streamer Awards, but I didn't tell anyone? Is that okay? Is that cool? Is everyone okay with that? If I actually bring out a surprise, I'm like, oh my God, hi everyone. I'm so sorry to interrupt. Great show. I actually have a surprise. Please put your hands together for a warm round of applause for the one, the only, Mr. Engelbert Humperdinck. And only Austin is standing up cheering. What? And everyone else is like, what'd she just say? Schmangelbert Humperfink? The hell is that? She just announced she has a venereal disease? My grandma loved Engelbert. Grandmama loved Engelbert. This is for you, Grandmama and Austin show. Best Streamer Awards, TBH. I mean, low-key. Low-key. Engelbert Humperdinck singing Quando, Quando, Quando at the Streamer Awards. Lowkirk, that would slap. I'd hate it. You'd love it. Trust. You have to trust in the process. I was watching some show a few weeks ago and Quando, Quando, Quando started playing on the opening scene. I had to close the tab. You just quietly close the tab. Like, not today. Not today. Talk to BB No Money and see if he'll do a remix. Yeah. That's an idea. Are you going back to China with Hassan? I am never going back to China with that man. No, I don't know. I mean, if we have the opportunity, I'd love to go back. I would suggest an impersonator instead, but Austin would be insulted. You didn't ask him to do it. Please, what is streamer Saikuno's response to cheating allegations has been dubbed over by Deku actor Justin Briner.
I would like to apologize to everyone.
Oh my God.
Most of all, to my girlfriend. I am so sorry. I put you through so much. I never want to make these mistakes again and hurt you and the people I care about. I was unfaithful. And I own and fully admit that. I lied to people and told them I was single, which I know is not right. I'm sorry to all of the people that I hurt by doing this. The following is not an attempt to minimize what I have done. However, I have seen some false accusations about me that are not true. I cannot allow false accusations and such extreme labels to be placed on me.
It's interesting because he doesn't go on to say what is true and what's not true. He just says it's not true.
I do understand.
What are the false allegations,
did it in the place of hurt. So please do not send any more hate.
Do you know what's crazy to me? Somebody told me that Saikuno, I think this was during COVID, that Saikuno had an audience of 80% women. He was probably the only person in the gaming space to have an audience that was primarily women. And I heard that and I went, are you fucking kidding me? But it makes sense because he did this whole shtick. He did this whole character that made him appealing to female viewers. But I'm like, oh, God, why him? Why? He was role playing the whole time. And you know what? I kind of look at it like how I talk about all the time. Teenage girls drive the economy. Pop culture is what teenage girls decide. And teenage, like young women, teenage girls. And so they can make somebody a superstar, whether it is One Direction, whether it is the Beatles, whether it is Justin Bieber, whether it is Saikuno. They are so dedicated, and whether it's Taylor Swift, yes, pretty much the entirety of pop culture and who rises to global fame. Teenage girls are the kingmakers, yes. Like they did with Clueless, you know, these classic cult classic films that are often because of teenage girls driving the motion. Yet, and people make fun of teenage girls' interests, of course, right? They don't take them seriously. Twilight, exactly. They make fun of them. Star Trek got saved because of women in the 60s. Yes, infinite examples. And anyway, I was just thinking with Saikuno that he kind of did the K-pop thing. Right, like you look at K-pop. He did the K-pop thing, and I think that's also what drove teenage girls to his stream, and they just lifted him to ascension and a $4 million deal on YouTube. Bieber wouldn't be the highest paid Coachella headliner of all time without teenage girls. Also, he practically made his catchphrase a statement, but girls just aren't into me. Yes, he presented himself as like the I'm shy and I have a hard time talking to girls because I'm so shy. And he was like the sweet anime boy. Yeah, he was the ooh, shy, sweet, soft anime protagonist, XP bar, low and all. I need a hug. Could you give me one? Yeah, he like baby girled himself. He's soft boy baby girled himself. And he's a 35-year-old man. Anyway, I feel so bad for Ray and Lily catching so much hate because of all this. Every damn time people are more interested in attacking women who were around a man who is the problem, and they're less interested in going after the man. It's always going after the women. Yeah, I feel like I totally get Ray's frustration and why she will post things on Twitter, but at the end of the day, it's like nothing you say is going to appease these people. They will there's no way that you can act that's perfect enough for them. because they want to attack you. So they'll find a reason to. The comparison between the reaction from Kaide's breakup and Saikuno is appalling. Yes, people are still harassing Kaide. They are still convinced that she is this she-devil who destroyed this poor man's heart and took advantage of him, was a gold-digging whore. I saw a holy shit quote the other day that said basically if a manipulative, abusive person is not grooming you as a victim, they're grooming you as a character witness. Yeah. So that later you come out and you're like, well, they never did it to me. In fact, they were perfect. So therefore, everyone is lying. Same thing with Sakura. Oh, yeah, I know. Oh, I know. Caroline, I don't think being a character is the problem. Even a 35-year-old man can act on Twitch as a baby girl if he feels like it. The problem is saying you're a baby girl to manipulate. Well, that's part of it, though. Do you understand that his character creation was part of the manipulation operation, that he presented himself this way to these girls that he was seeking out, that he was going after? So it is all part of it. It's not like, and it's, well, what I was trying to, I get what you're saying. I was trying to explain the other day when we were talking about this. Twitch streaming is a performance because you're live and there's an audience here. And to a degree, all Twitch streamers are playing it up, right? They're entertaining. They are playing a character, which is usually just kind of an exaggerated version of themselves. But sometimes they take it to a whole other direction and they create this persona, in Saikuno's case, that then allowed him to manipulate and, frankly, trick a lot of girls, because he's the type of guy that I'm sure they assumed that they would be safe around because of how he comes across on the internet. And then there's the whole element of him being famous and in the position of great influence. And he absolutely weaponized that. That's the fucking problem. That's the fucking problem. Okay. In my own life, I am not as famous as Saikuno, but I still am a public figure. I'm a content creator. If there were 19-year-old boys who I started hitting up and they were fans of me, and so not only do I have power in this situation because I'm significantly older, but I'm also a person who they look up to, who they are a fan of, who I have influence over. That's how it fucking works when you're a fan. And trust me, people who are in the position of being the person who people are a fan of, they know that. They know that, especially when they abuse that. They are very aware of the influence that they have. And especially when they are 35 years old. That's the thing. It may be somewhat his personality. However, he's fully aware of how his female fans see him and how his persona could help him get girls and younger, smaller streamers. Yes, you have a responsibility when you are the person in that position. The messages with the 17-year-old are vile. And I'm sure more is just going to keep coming out. I'm sure more is going to keep coming out. I was on Wake's stream when he covered the last Google Doc from one of the girls. The way Saikuno changes completely the way he texts exactly after he gets caught is insane. Yes, he is. He's I don't even want to. I guess master manipulator because of just how many people he was doing this shtick on. But also it's not having to, it's no like mastery because he's famous. He's famous. He has a lot of influence. And he was going after girls who were significantly younger and were in awe of him. So it doesn't really take a genius, you know, it's not some like great master manipulator where he's really pulling on these strings and whatnot. I will say though, keeping the girlfriend a secret, that is really something. Wow. I remember he used to cry or get upset when something happened in games. I truly believe he was too sensitive, fragile. He acted that way. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's just all it's all part of the character, and I am really just tired of people not getting things. I'm tired of it. And not a secret to his fan base, a secret to his friends. Right. And that I fully believe. I fully believe that people didn't know. Because the thing is like you even, I was not in that group, but just being in the larger streamer sphere, you kind of become aware of people who are dating people, but it's private. You know, if you go to parties or you just hear, oh yeah, so-and-so's dates, blah, 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 blah. No one knew. Scar straight up said he lived with him and said he never knew he had a girlfriend. Yeah. And I feel really badly for his girlfriend, and I do wonder if she's in a position that she can't leave as easily, that maybe she's financially dependent. And when we first looked at the apology, I was like, girl, get out of there, you know, leave him, get out of there. But now I'm kind of like, maybe it's not so easy. Maybe I heard she's agoraphobic. So she already is dealing with a lot mentally, and it may be that she just doesn't have anywhere else to go either. Using his persona, fame, position, especially with other smaller women streamers, so kind of his coworkers, is a shitty part. So many men are willfully ignoring when they go, ugh, all he did was cheat. What's the big deal? Do you know what's so funny to me? It's like, that's the other thing I was thinking about. Now everyone, not that this is about cheating, it's not, but now everyone is like, oh, it's cheating, boo-hoo, big deal. Everyone's calling him a fucking predator and he's cheated. Yet these same people will go after people whose worst offense is cheating. Do you know what I mean? Where it's like they do treat that as worthy of the gulag. The way that the internet cheating, which that is not the problem in this whole Sykkuno situation, to be clear, but it's like the hypocrisy. It is so unreal. I'm like, hold on, is this the same internet that went fucking nuts over the Coldplay kissing and was like, these people should die? Fuseli was crucified because I know. And like, I am friends with people in that situation. And frankly, that was interpersonal shit that they had dealt with. And that was not the internet's business. Okay. That was something that I will firmly stand on and say that was a situation that had happened and had been resolved, taken care of. The people who were involved in it, the people who were directly involved in it, dealt with that. But it was still the way too that people went after Fuseli and she contemplated quitting streaming, when it's like, yeah, it's messy. It's not that it's not condoning this type of interpersonal drama and I don't know, shit being done, but I just can't believe when I see this same internet trying to go, oh, so what? He's a cheater? And now he deserves to lose everything? The same people who were trying to crucify Kaide for fictionalizing a cheating situation. Same with Sakura. Sakura and Kaide, they created this whole fiction around these girls being cheaters and liars, and we're still going after them. When a famous woman cheats or is perceived to have cheated, gets way more flack than a famous man utilizing his fame to fuck fans. Yeah. Yeah. This- I've seen so many people try to compare it to the Fuseli situation. It's not the same. They're more upset about that when the situation is miles worse and involves so many more people, especially younger girls. That is an entirely different situation. God, these fucking idiots. These idiots. People are so stupid. They're so stupid. They don't know what to do anymore. So many of the men that go crazy over this stuff don't even watch these creators. Those are the people that watch Burnt Peanut or whatever. Yeah, and it's like, again, someone like Lacey is going to have the take that he has because he likes to call women whores. So it's one of those like, oh, well, if we're coming after Saikuno for doing this stuff, then what, are we coming after me? Well, it's interesting. It's interesting how many people, it seems, do a defense of a man like Saikuno because they're really defending their own behavior, their right to behave that way. Yeah. Yeah, it's chill. It's cool. Okay, let me tell you what we are doing for film class tonight. Lord Almighty Sosa, thank you for the 4 months. Tonight, we are going into the world of sci-fi. We have a little sci-fi film from the year, let's see. I was a sophomore in high school, and we were starting prep for Chicago, the musical. It was 2007, and it is also the year that this film came out. This film, which is directed by a guy who made one of the greatest zombie films of all time. Not even in my opinion, I'm stating that as a fact. And it is a film that has a very robust ensemble, a lot of familiar faces. Yes, it is. It is not Happy Feet, darling, but it is the film Sunshine, which many of you may not know. Danny Boyle, the director, made a sci-fi film because it's the one and only sci-fi film he's done, due to the fact that it was so emotionally exhausting that after he finished the film, he said, I am never going to do this again. He said it was spiritually an exhausting experience, and he had no interest in revisiting the genre, but he wanted to overcome his fear of making a film in the sci-fi genre because of the perceived difficulty, especially in trying to balance plot, action, and intriguing philosophical ideas. Amazing score. Going into this one completely blind. Great. So this is a film that stars Cillian Murphy, who also had starred in 28 Days Later. And it was a film that was released in the UK. And what else should I say about it that's not saying too much? It's written by Alex Garland. So the two of them, the way that this came about is Danny Boyle he had done a couple films. He did 28 Days Later, which was a huge success. And this was the film that he did right before Slumdog Millionaire. And Slumdog Millionaire is when he won the Oscar. But at this point in his career, he had proven himself, so he got a pretty sizable budget. But he was intending to direct a film called 3,000 Degrees. And that was a film that was telling the story of the war Worcester warehouse fire in 1999 that happened in Massachusetts. It was a devastating fire, but the family members of the firefighters who died, Worcester? Yeah, I want to say it like Worcester, spelled W-O-R. See, that's when English words, I go, what's happening here? Worcester. Worcester. How the fuck does anybody learn English as a second language? I don't know. Anyway, so firefighters and surviving victims of the fire, they were really upset. They're like, we don't want this being made. And because Danny Boyle is not Ryan Murphy, he was like, okay, heard. And they decided not to continue production on the film. So he then was approached by Alex Garland, and they had worked on 28 Days and The Beach together. And Alex had this script that he had written. And the two of them then spent a year and did like 35 drafts or something like that until they came up with the finished script, Sunshine, and then set about making the damn thing. And I think personally, it's to me a very excellent film in this genre. I think it's one of Alex Garland's better scripts, because my problem with Alex Garland is that he has really great premises and he's got very intriguing ideas, but he doesn't always deliver. He's one of those guys who has flashes of brilliance, but a lot of times swings and misses. When it hits, it hits. When it doesn't hit, which is kind of often, it doesn't hit. But again, when it hits, it hits. And I think Sunshine is very admirable in the mixing of exciting action, but also philosophical and spiritual ideas. And it asks a lot of interesting questions that aren't necessarily answered. And what's in particularly fascinating to me is that Garland and Boyle took totally opposite approaches to this film. Garland approached this from an atheist perspective, and Boyle approached it from a spiritual perspective. And this is a film that has to do with a group of people who travel out to space because they are on a mission to save humanity due to the fact that the sun is dying. So that is all I will tell you for now. Oops. Excuse me. We need to play Mother Nicole. We are not ready for that.
Telling you.
Y'all, I need Nicole Kidman. To stay the fuck away from Charlize, Sandra, Reese, all the gals, until we figure out the fuck is going on. I mean, we know what's going on, but until we figure out the fuck is going on, put a moratorium on Nicole Kidman going to brunch with the ladies. Because I can't handle it. I can't handle it if Nicole in, like, say, the middle of June comes out with a statement like this, like Charlize just dropped. The concept of it being almost May, and we're talking about Timothy Chalamet opera ballet discourse again. We're reheating the nachos. Charlize said in 10 years, AI will be able to do Timothy Chalamet's job as an actor. I need you to understand Timothy Chalamet's job as an actor is also your job as an actor. You get that, right, Charlize? I love you. I love you. You are one of my faves. But do you understand that Timothy Chalamet's job as an actor is also your job as an actor? You are both human beings who are professional actors. So her saying in 10 years, AI will be able to do Timothy's job as an actor, but will never be able to replace live performance like ballet. Holy shit. I cannot believe we are doing ballet opera discourse in the context of AI. Thumbs up. In April. Oh boy, I hope I run into him one day. That was a very reckless comment on an art form, 2 art forms that we need to lift up constantly because yes, they do have a hard time, which is what his point was. He just made it poorly. But in 10 years, AI is going to be able to do Timothy's job, but it will not be able to replace a person on a stage dancing live. Sky, thank you for the 43 months. It's a really funny statement if you imagine she doesn't think Timothy is a good actor. I do like this idea that Charlize views Timothy as easily replaceable by AI because he sucks, but not her or anybody else who she doesn't think sucks. Wasn't she a dancer for an actress? Yeah, so she took that personally. Creepier Leak, thank you for the 29 months. Monty G, thank you for the 19 months. Didn't she confirm his point? Yes, but everything, unfortunately, is so stupid that people will be making the point that someone else made, but they are chastising that person. They are condemning that person, but while making the point that that person was making. Because unfortunately, the way that things have to work now is everyone has to constantly be saying the stupidest thing possible. Notice how nobody's condemned McConaughey for not standing up for ballet? Yeah. Do you know what I also realized? Timmy never came out and said anything about this, which kind of iconic, I gotta say. For as much shit as I've given Timmy C, I gotta say, totally ignoring the never-ending outrage since it is almost May and we're doing opera ballet discourse, the never-ending outrage from many of his peers and, I don't know, every fucking person on this planet. Kind of tight. Good move, honestly, as a hater of him. Very good move. I can imagine, too, that he was talking to Kylie about it, and Kylie was like, oh, just don't worry about it. People say mean things on the internet all the time. She's like, you know, I have so much experience with that, and it's just better if you don't say shit. And I'm sure Timmy's like, I actually don't care. Block out the haters, babe. He's like, nah, I don't care. Reese Witherspoon, AI will replace you unless you get on board. Sandra Bullock, AI will replace you unless you become its friend. Charlize Theron, AI will replace you unless you are a dancer, ? Nicole Kidman, here's how I decided to become a death doula. Let me tell you the story. It's amazing. It's unbelievable. Oh. Tweety bird. Tweety bird. Tweety bird came to me and said, you should be a death doula. God, that's a good fucking tweet. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah, baby. Hell yeah, celebs talking about AI, but also simultaneously reheating opera ballet discourse. I love it here. As a pop culture commentator, I actually think we haven't gotten enough opera ballet discourse. And I also think we haven't gotten enough discourse around how AI is our best friend and we need to let it suckle at our teat. Let it suckle the teat. Let it drink up The sweet, sweet human milk. Milky. Milky for the AI. Did we talk about Nicole becoming a death doula? We just did. As a non-theater kid, I had no idea opera ballet discourse was a thing, but in hindsight, it seems obvious. Yes, it will go down as one of the stupidest discourses to discourse of all discourse. Discourse, dat course. Doze course. Let's talk about Oscar-less Timmy Shell. Timmy's like, okay, Jesus Christ, I am not going to go for an Oscar anymore. Heard. Lesson learned. All right, I got it. Alrighty. This is your opportunity to go get a snack, get something to drink, get your weed or whatever else, get some blankets, get your cats and dogs, get your mom, get whatever you need to make this a cozy Sunday film night.
We come to this place for magic.
For AI. We come to this place for AI. Just kidding.
We come to AMC theaters to laugh, to cry, to care. Because we need that, all of us. That indescribable feeling we get when the lights begin to dim. And we go somewhere we've never been before. Not just entertained, but somehow reborn. Together. Dazzling images on a huge silver screen. Sound that I can feel. Somehow, heartbreak feels good in a place like this. Our heroes feel like the best part of us. And stories feel perfect and powerful. Because here, they are.
They are.
AMC theaters.
AMC theaters. We make movies better. We make movies better. All right, peeps. Codget TV, thank you for the gifted sub. Matt Srim, thank you for the prime. Thank you very much. We really need to find a non-Gal Gadot version. I know. I just have to recreate it. One of these days. One of these days. Okie dokie. Here we go. Let me make sure we got everything